else. And also we're told that we should have like a roster of men that, build your roster, da da da. To be honest, I can't have a roster anymore. Like, it makes me physically ill to think about building a new roster.
But whose fault is that though?
Maybe it's mine, but we're told to like have a roster.
I've never fucking heard a girl have a roster.
Everyone tells.
Welcome back to the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so you can be informed of content being dropped on this channel. So today I want to get into a video where I recently watched on the Fresh and Fit podcast. An interesting moment arose when the Fresh and Fit had a discussion with some ladies on the podcast. They had the guest that was on the couch, Nico, and they had a discussion about how men need to build their value and how women need to preserve their value. It is a topic and discussion where women are always triggered. And for men, we understand reality. We know we have to bring something to the table. We need to be a certain value when it comes to where we're heading in our careers, when it comes to our purpose. The way we look, the way we present ourselves, we know we have to bring value and bring a solution, and so that people can we can be compensated for what we bring to the table. So this discussion, when it comes to the Fresh and Fit podcast, is something where something interesting popped up, and I thought I wanted to have a discussion when it comes to options and how we, and men and women, we are different. We have different mating strategies. And in this discussion and the things that I want to show you further, it is very telling and shows you exactly how our mating strategies differ and how we go about it. So without further ado, let's get into this video.
So we're told that we should have like a roster of men that, build your roster, da da da. To be honest, I can't have a roster anymore. Like, it makes me physically ill to think about building a new roster.
But whose fault is that though?
Maybe it's mine, but we're told to like have a roster.
Who tells you that? I've never fucking heard a girl have a roster.
Everyone tells you that.
So what the hell is he talking about? And Sneeko, rightfully so, was confused as to asking her, what the hell are you talking about? I've never heard. But you know what? When it comes to a lot of these channels that I've been checking out on and watching, and to create some content ideas to come up with and have some discussion surrounding relationships, one of the things that stood out for me in this point that she made is that they are being told by being told to have a roster. And just listen to what she says further.
Every like modern dating guru.
All right, let's use Claudia's line.
Well, every modern day dating guru is telling them that they need to have options, and that is where the confusion comes in. But let me show you a video that actually gives you some more proof as to basically why they are being told these things and where it's coming from. This is Matthew Hussey giving some advice to a lady that called into his show.
I've been seeing this guy for a while now. Very casually, we see each other every couple weeks or so for, 3 months. And I've been getting hot and cold vibes that I don't really know how to address without seeming like I'm chasing him, because I tend to initiate when we hang out, and when we hang out, we have a great time and it's a blast. But in between, I'm really the one initiating hanging out.
Are you seeing anybody else?
I am not.
Have you been on any other dates?
No, I have not.
Do you think you should?
I don't know. I haven't put entirely too much thought about it. It's not really intentional, but I just haven't gone specifically seeking other things.
Because you like him?
Yes.
And when you like someone, you get tunnel vision about them.
Yes.
And the dangerous thing about tunnel vision is that You stop seeing anybody else, even when great people are around you, which they are, by the way. You stop seeing them. You stop giving other people a chance. You stop having random, spontaneous, flirtatious, risk-taking.
Okay, that's about enough of Matthew Hussey. The issue and the problem that I have with this advice is that he is assuming that we are all the same, and he is giving this lady advice, telling her that you know what, we're all the same, and we should approach relationships the same. The thing is, when it comes to a man having options, for us, we have to create value and bring and become high value to a certain extent. It's a term that's been coined and discussed by Kevin Samuels. Shout out to him. However, like I said, we have to bring value to the table, and we will start, certain doors will start opening for us. He's telling the lady that, you know what, you have shut out other options and you shouldn't date multiple people. That is a good, it's a good look for men. However, when it comes to a woman and for the ladies, that is not a good idea, because the more bodies you keep stacking, you are actually lowering your value, not the value of who you are as a person, but your SMV, your sexual marketplace value. You are lowering that by stacking the amount of bodies, because you're just dating all over the place. So that is not good advice to women. It should, I would say, if you're going to be dealing with a guy, you know, you can have a back and forth. You guys can see how things is going. And one of the things that stood out for me is that she said when she contacts him, they go out, they have a great time, and then he goes quiet a bit, and then she contacts him again, and it's always been that hot and cold kind of thing. But when she reaches out to him, then he responds, and they go out and they have a great time. He might be busy. He is a guy that's on his purpose, that's not phoning every 5 seconds, asking her how she's doing. Hey, beautiful in the morning, good night, sleep well at night. He's not that kind of guy. He's a guy that's busy. So for him to be, for Matthew Hussey to tell this lady, you know what, get more options, I don't think that's a good idea. And I want to move on to the next video with Steve Harvey that had a discussion. And normally when it comes to Steve Harvey, I at times don't agree with him. But on this one, I believe he was very much on point in the way that he approached, in the way that he had this discussion. This chick, her name is Shan Booty. I mean, she is like this, she's this dating guru, self-professed, I believe. And she's the one that's giving ladies advice as to following certain things. And let's see what she's telling ladies as a guru, as a dating guru.
Here's the first subject, ladies. According to a recent survey, 5,000 singles, 40% say that they've dated more than one person at a time. Do you think it's a good idea to date more than one person at a time?
She's like, let me go.
I'm like, I did 25 and I highly recommend it.
25. She said she did 25 and she highly recommends it. This is Caitlin Bristol that's telling you to date 25 different people as a lady, and you might, you hit the lotto and find the right one out of 25 people. You connecting and talking to 25 different people. You're having different types of emotions and connections. I think she's from The Bachelor mentality, and she thinks that's cool. You know what? Whatever you think about their shows, I think it's stupid for men to go into this thing of running after one woman, and it's just crazy. But when it comes to the discussion with Steve Harvey, I was thinking to myself, you know what? Let me hear what they've got to say, because a lot of times, you switch yourself off. But let's give Shane Booty a chance to tell us what she believes is the right way to go.
Right. It's like The Bachelorette. You keep your options open. I'm in a 3-year relationship with someone who I live with, long-term partner, but I'm in an open relationship. And until there's something going on here, I'll make another decision after that.
So she's in a relationship with a guy, but it's open. It's the Will and Jada mentality. and she's following that script to the T.
So do you go out with other people?
him,
I do.
and you're in an open relationship?
I am.
Wow.
That is so crazy.
She's a sexologist.
So,
I don't give a damn.
say what? Hold up.
That's
What? Wait, hold up.
So
she's
crazy.
a sexologist.
I don't give a damn.
He's a sexologist. A sexologist. Self-professed, most probably. So basically, she enjoys having open relationships so she can have open relations and do that kind of lifestyle. You know what? If that's for you, I'm not going to knock you. You do you. But I think this is destructive advice when it comes to guys just dealing with women like this that says, you know what? I'm going to do the open relationship thing and we're going to do that. But let's continue and listen to the clip.
That's when I got options. Wow.
You
Are
got
you
options.
okay with him going out with other people too?
Yeah, I think that the exchange really is that we are both in a position in our lives where we love each other, we partner, we share a lot of great things with one another, but we don't place those kind of rules or restrictions.
You live with this guy.
I do.
You love him.
I love him.
She lives with a guy. She loves him. But she's in an open relationship with him. Does that make any sense? So these are this kind of new age type of approaches. And I think, again, I'll keep on saying it. You can get pissed off at me for saying it. But if you don't like what I've got to say, then go somewhere else. You know what? Yeah, I'm talking about pointing out certain things that I am identifying that is destructive for both men and women. And in this case, it is destructive for ladies to believe that they should have all these options, because no woman is going to deal with a guy that she cares about and loves and still leave the door open for other guys to that she can deal with. If she really loved and cared for this guy, she is going to automatically shut the door and not want to connect with any other person because she believes this guy is the guy for her. So yeah, off the bat, I just think this doesn't make any sense. So let's continue further.
Do you date other men?
I have in the past. If there's someone that I met that I wanted to have an exchange or a dinner with or learn more about in that capacity.
An exchange or a dinner with, an exchange. So yeah, 1 + 1 is 2, and exchange turns into relations.
I have, but I'm not exclusively.
So if he rolled up on you and you was having dinner with a dude, he all right with that?
That would never happen. Now, we communicate. I tell him everything. He would know where I'm going.
You tell him you going out with a dude?
I tell him everything.
Man, look.
She tells him everything. We tell each other everything.
Here.
You know what?
This some new mess
Teach a
right.
class.
This is crazy. We're living in a world where people think, let's do these crazy things, and at the end of the day, you find yourself in situation where you shouldn't be, and you get yourself connected, soul ties with some certain people that you shouldn't have been, and you then again have long-term type of connections where you have kids with these people, and it is not a good thing that for men. Guys, look out for a woman like this. This is not a good bet. You can see the results with Will Smith in his relations his situation that he's having, and the relations that his wife had, and the type of results that it resulted into. But let's go back to what Steve Harvey is saying and the response and advice that he gives to her.
Sure. I said, no, you have to know what you want. There will be someone out there for you.
Okay.
So I love that
Is
you know
he-
what you want, and I know what I want, which is why I found who I'm supposed to be
Right.
with, and vice versa.
Okay, so now, let me give you some uncle advice. If this guy, you finally found what you want to do, you got to shut the door on this here. Because now you need to find out if you who he want. You got to quit playing this game because it's dangerous with me.
Yeah.
Because, see, until we close the door, we open forever. Now, this is the one you want.
Exactly. This is dangerous games, and playing these type of games thinking you can have this open thing. Unfortunately, when it comes to men, we are territorial, and any guy that allows his girl, his wife to have this open relationship and to be with other men is open, we call it in the manosphere a cuckold, where he basically is allowing his wife to do just what she wants to do, but then he's still having to perform and do things when it in a traditional sense. So this is not a good type of scenario, and I definitely not recommend it to any man to follow this nonsense.
Now he over somewhere hugged up in the corner with somebody else. You're going to be hurt.
But I know people who are in a network of married relationships that have been open for 40 plus years. They have children together, they remain open. So I just think that I may have a different access of information than you do, which is why I've chosen a decision for me based on that.
So what that is basically is the need to be right. Steve Harvey is giving her advice, and she's basically telling him straight, you know what, I don't think that is good, and I'm going to basically tell you, you know what, you have a certain information, I've got it, certain information, I'm privileged to some amazing information that is making my decision making process is flawless, and I know a bit more than you. This is coming from someone that's got half of the life experience than Steve Harvey, and is opening herself up to a world of pain. And the unfortunate thing, and the sad thing about this is she's teaching a whole lot of other women out there to do the same and to think the same and conduct themselves the same way, which is totally ludicrous when it comes to the type of path of destruction that they're going to basically have in their life, and that they are laying waste to relationships and people's hearts, I would say, men's hearts, that is going to buy into this nonsense with them and then find themselves in a world of hurt, like I said, in the like the Will Smith of the of today. So, you know what? This is not a good thing. And let's hear just what Steve Harvey has to say when he has his final confirmation or close off to this woman saying, what the hell are you guys saying?
Finna do that? No, you're not finna do that.
I'm gonna try it.
You just got inspired.
I'm gonna try it.
I gotta stay on this for a minute. You're a really attractive woman.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
We in a relationship, we in love with each other. You ain't finna go see nobody. I can't.
Exactly.
I can't, because you my girl.
Right.
I can't, you my girl, you can't be my girl and be somewhere with somebody else. Because now you ain't my girl, now you our girl.
You know what? That's why you're Marjorie's man. I mean, that's what I think. I encourage, I meet so many young women who are like, I'm looking for a committed relationship, but I can't find anyone to settle down with. Should I just start hooking up to be part of the culture? I said, no, you have to know what you want. There will be someone out there for you.
Okay.
So I love that you know what you want, and I know what I want, which is why I found who I'm supposed to be with, and vice versa.
Okay, so now, let me give you some uncle advice. If this guy, you finally find what you want to do, you got to shut the door on this here. Because now you need to find out if you who he want.
Exactly. You have to shut the door, and it's not that you have to be told to do this, because if you're being told as a woman to shut the door and to stop doing certain things now that you're in a relationship, as a long-term relationship, committed relationship, then that is not the right guy that you should be with. Because if you were with the right guy and the guy you wanted to be with, that you consider that he is this prize for you, and you looking up to him, then you would have done all of those things automatically. You would have stopped putting yourself out there in the market, and you would stop with an open mentality, because why? You want to lock him down and you want to be in this relationship. So when it goes back to the chick in the Fresh and Fit podcast clip, she was right when it comes to saying that a lot of them are being indoctrinated with this false narratives, or following the stupid ideas of thinking that they can operate and do things the way men do. We are all, women and men are different, and again, they've got different mating strategies. There's certain things that's going to be beneficial for men, and it's not going to be for women, and vice versa. We're not better than each other, but at the same time, we need to basically accept the differences and operate and move within those differences to get the best results. So as Steve Harvey is giving her some advice from a father figure, I believe it's something that she definitely needs. If she's seeing this type of open relationship and thinking this is something that's normal, that's obviously the way that she was brought up in, the way she was brought up. And this approach does not work for women thinking that they can have all the options and they're going to have men that's going to in turn be committed to them. The ones that will be committed to them is the one that they will sleep around on and don't respect, and it's actually the guy they don't want, but they with him because he's providing and he's providing and giving them something that they are needing for and looking for in their life at that time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. I wanted to go through it just to have this view, and let's just close off this video with having the last word with Steve Harvey and at the advice that he's giving this lady.
You got to quit playing this game because it's dangerous with men.
Yep.
Because see, until we close the door, we open forever. Now this the one you want. Now he over somewhere hugged up in the corner with somebody else. You're going to be hurt.
But I know people who are in a network of married relationships that have been open for 40 plus years. They have children together, they remain open. So I just think that I may have a different access of information than you do, which is why I've chosen a decision for me based on that. But I respect the advice, I love the love, and I love that you're in love, and love that I'm in love the way I want to be in love.
You know, so basically again, that is the face of the need to be right. She knows people that has been successful with us, and she's only been seeing those people from the outside in, and also based on what image those people are projecting. You don't know what's going on in people's lives, in their homes, in their houses, the type of dysfunction or the certain level of order that there is. But you looking at that, she looking at the other people's relationships she's mentioning, and then with a very arrogant demeanor telling Steve Harvey, you know what? I am probably I'm 30 years old or something like that, and I know better than you that has more than double my life experience. But you know what? I know better than you, and am right, and I love the way the fact that you love the way blah blah blah. It's a whole lot of BS, guys. Don't fall for this. We just need to start accepting and operating within those differences that I've mentioned, that we have different strategies, and we cannot have men operating like women, and unfortunately cannot have women continuing to operate thinking they can operate like men. There's one saying that I want to end this video off on, is the fact that a good key, or at least a key that can open a multitude or multiple locks, is called a master key. But a lock that can be opened up by any key is called a shitty lock. Yeah. So on that note, I'm out. Much. So if you want to get a t-shirt and support this channel, I want you to watch 10 videos, drop 10 likes, and also give me a comment on each of those videos telling me you're a new subscriber, or if you're an existing subscriber, tell me what you think of those videos that you are watching. I will check out and I will send you a t-shirt to say thank you for the support and giving me the love here over at the Manosphere Paradigm channel. So I'll see you in the next vid, and I thank you for all your support. Cheers. I'm out.